are 5 high-value cryptocurrencies that are currently defying every logic of the cryptocurrency idea in entirety. Inflation is the major reason why cryptocurrency was created for. Now, what then do you have to say when you have cryptocurrencies that are defying or disobeying the entire logic of creating cryptocurrencies? I'm talking about the entire logic of inflation. When you have cryptocurrencies that are inflationary in value. Do you understand? That is cryptocurrency that does not have maximum supply. They keep producing and they keep minting and creating more of them. Now, how, if you want me to do a video where I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you guys 5 important reasons why you should buy Solana and hold in your wallet. Guys, I would like you to write Obicrypto on Solana. Write it in the comment section below. Just write Obicrypto on Solana. Write it in the comment section below. If I get 50 people to write that comment, I'm going to do a video dedicated to Solana, where I'll be telling you people 5 reasons why you should buy Solana and why you must have Solana in your portfolio. In spite of all these things I'm saying right here, I'm still going to give you reasons why you should also have Solana as well. Now, how is this going to affect the price of these cryptocurrencies for the long term? That's what we're here to discuss in this particular video, and let's go right into it. I have a full presentation I've prepared for you guys. Just watch this video. There's a lot you're going to learn. All right. Coming in at number 5 is Polkadot. Now, Polkadot in the cryptocurrency space is most time refers to as the blockchain connector, because Polkadot is that bridge, right, that helps you where you can connect from, communicate from blockchain to blockchain. Do you understand? For example, you have a cryptocurrency that is based on the Ethereum blockchain, but you want to send that same cryptocurrency to another, maybe to your wallet on the Solana blockchain. Now, Polkadot will now serve as kind of like the middleman that helps you to, that interoperability of connecting from one blockchain to another blockchain. That is what Polkadot is. And Polkadot has been around for quite some time. It has been around for quite some years right now. Currently, right now, sitting at about $7.5 billion. And the current price of Polkadot is $5 as of the time of recording this video. Now, why is Polkadot on this particular list today? Are you aware that Polkadot does not have a maximum supply in their token? There is no maximum supply in the token. Now, let's take a look at further details about Polkadot. As you can see, number 1, too many new tokens equals value drop. Of course, anything that has so much supply in the market, what happens to the price? The price goes down, right? But let's just go further deeper. Now, you can see here, it says Polkadot creates more dots every year, about 10% more. That is, every year they create 10% more of the coin. Let's assume right now in the whole world, there are, for example, there is 1 billion Polkadot in the whole world, for example, right now. Now, at the end of this year, 10% will be minted and added to that 1 billion. And what is 10% of 1 billion? That's 100 million. So 100 million coins will be minted and added to it. By next year again, another 100 million will be minted again. That is what they'll be doing over the years. Now, what you should be asking yourself here is how, of course, we know it's not as if the price is doing that bad, but for the long run, how is this going to affect this particular coin? Is the price going to keep pumping, or the price will get to a particular point in time where it will stagnate to a particular price range and not be going any further to the upside? Because when you keep pumping and pumping more of it into the market, it will get to a point in time where those who believe in the project will begin to back out, because you are bringing more of it in the market, right? Thereby, the price will continue to go down. Now, let's look at the second reason. Staking helps. Yes, of course, staking helps, but only if people do it. Of course, when people stake DOT, right, which is in other words to lock it up on the network, right, it keeps a lot of token off the market, which helps control inflation right now. Okay, about 80% of DOT is already staked right now as we speak, right? Now, if 80% of all the Polkadot tokens that are in circulation in the whole world are already staked right now, but the company themselves, the founder, the developers of this project are minting 10% of the total supply, into the market every year. No wonder the price of Polkadot has not been doing any magic in this recent cryptocurrency bullish movement which started from January last year, 2024. Polkadot has not been doing anything. It has not been moving that much, right? Because you keep producing more of it and adding it to the market. You get? Now, if we go further, you can also see, for the third reason, hidden risk. Polkadot depends on its parts working well together. Now, what you need to know here is, how does the blockchain for Polkadot works, right? It works with cluster of other smaller chains called the parachains. Do you understand? That is how the network of Polkadot works. Now, you have these small chains connected together, right? The parachains connect together, making the entire blockchain of the Polkadot chain itself. Now, what happens when one part of these small parachains stop working? Maybe as a result of investors pulling out their funds because the price is not doing well for them. What happens? Of course, you expect the price to go down. So my final verdict about Polkadot is that, listen, Polkadot keeps minting more dot, which lower its price, unless most people keep staking their tokens. Plus, if the part of its system, which is the parachains, does not break, or if they break, of course, you expect the price of Polkadot to collect the heat. Coming in at number 4 is Stellar Lumens. And Stellar Lumens is one of the projects I love so much. Why? Because it's one of the unique cross-border payment project on the blockchain. And they've been doing well for quite a long time right now. However, Stellar Lumens also have the same problem like Polkadot. It does not have a maximum supply, meaning that the developers of this coin can mint as much as they want and dump it in the market. Presently, right now, Stellar Lumens is sitting at about $9 billion in total market valuation, currently selling at $0.3. That is about 30 cents current right now at the time of recording this video. Now, let's look at more other parameters and indices circulating surrounding Stellar Lumens. As you can see, Stellar Lumens used to create 1% more tokens every year. Now, their case is not as worse as Polkadot. Polkadot creates additional 10% every year pumped into the market. But for Stellar Lumens, it's just 1% every year. But it stopped somewhere in 2019. Now, there is talk of bringing that inflation back. However, they stopped it in 2019. But now they want to continue back that same process of minting more and more Stellar Lumens on a yearly basis. I don't know what's the ideology behind them wanting to do that, but I don't think it's going to be good. That is why nobody have anything negative to say about Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin has a total and a maximum supply of 21 million coins, of which, as the time of recording this video, over 19 plus million Bitcoins have already been minted. So we have just about 1 something million Bitcoin left to be minted from the blockchain. Are you getting me? But these ones that the developers can mint as much as they want at any point in time is something you need to take care of. It's something you need to watch out. Okay? You need to be on the lookout, especially for those of you who are with me on the journey of building financial wealth for yourself and for your generation unborn. Okay? Now let's look at reason number 2. Okay? A small group controls a large chunk of Stellar Lumens. Yes, a very small group. When I say small group, we're talking about those who have invested in the project, the venture capitalists and the angel investors who have invested. Just very small set of people are controlling the larger portion of Stellar Lumens. And that's a problem. There's a problem in that. And what's the problem? The problem here is that these few people, these few elites who control the entire infrastructure, they can decide at any point in time to bail out on the people. So the large majority will be the one carrying the loss. I don't know if you're getting the point with that. Now let's go further. Now, what is the hidden risk with Stellar Lumens? Now, as you can see, the hidden risk number 3 says risk from fewer token bonds. In 2024, Stellar launched over 150 new applications on its system called the Soroban, which is good for growth, of course. But in 2025, they decided to burn, which is destroy fewer tokens from transaction fees, which is about 50% less than before. What this is saying is that, guys, they are burning lesser as compared to the amount of quantity that they are bringing into the market. Are you getting me? So they are burning lesser than they are bringing into the market. So it's not helping in any way because it is slow. When will you catch up with price and price action in the market? When? Okay. So my final verdict, as you can see, I say in simple terms, Stellar might start creating more tokens again, but it's now burning fewer of them. In other words, let's assume you are creating 100 million coins every day and you are only burning 10 million coins every day. That is, you're not matching what you're bringing into the market. So it's not going to help at the end of the day. So guys, I'm not saying this to discourage you. I just want you to have these details so that when you're investing your money, this is why I always preach about portfolio diversification on the Obicrypto network. You need to learn how to diversify your money. Understand these things so that you will know properly well how to diversify your money and your risk management, because asset diversification or investment diversification is one of the key ingredients when it comes to risk management. When you're talking about risk management, one of the key components of risk management is proper asset or portfolio diversification. And that's what I'm talking about in this channel. Coming in at number 3 is Dogecoin. Of course, everybody know Elon Musk's favorite coin, right? Dogecoin, and the number one shit coin in the whole world. Currently right now sitting at about $37 billion in total market valuation and at a current price of about 24 cents, $0.24 right now in the market. Dogecoin is one of those coins that doesn't want to give up the race. It's been there, is the ancient of days of meme coins or shit coins, as we want to call them. But there is one thing you need to know about Dogecoin. Dogecoin does not have a maximum supply. It also means that Dogecoin can continue to mint as much as they want. Developers of Dogecoin can continue to produce more Dogecoin and pump it into the market as much as they want. Now let's look at further indices and further parameters of Dogecoin. Now you can see number 1 says endless supply keeps growing. Of course, Dogecoin doesn't have a limit on how many coins can exist. It adds 5 billion new Doge every single year. That is about 10,000 coins every minute. Guys, the guys who created Dogecoin are pumping in 5 billion coins into the market every single year. Now, 5 billion coins, if you break it down to every minute per day, it means that 10,000 Dogecoins are pumped into the market every single minute. 10,000 fresh Dogecoin that nobody have ever seen are being pumped into the market every single minute. Guys, I don't know for those of you who want to hold Dogecoin for a long time, but do you see what this is saying? Do you see what this is doing? Dogecoin have not done any magic. In fact, as I speak to you right now, Dogecoin is below its previous all-time high of 2021. Yes, the previous all-time high of Dogecoin for 2021 was about 74 cents, and right now it's at 24 cents. Imagine all the movement that Bitcoin has done from last year to this particular point in time, and none of that has reflected in the entire market space for Dogecoin. Why? Because, of course, the developers keep pumping in 5 billion coins into the market every single year. So there's no limit. Nobody's going to stop them. Nobody's going to ask them, why are you doing this? Why? Because, of course, there's no limit. There's no max supply. So they can always do they can do whatever they want in the market. Okay? Now, let's look at the second factor here. It says, what's the danger? Of course, it's a question I'm asking here. What's the danger? The danger is because new Doge keeps getting created without being burned or removed. Now, in the case of Polkadot and Stellar Lumens I've just talked about, those two, their case is even better because even though they are bringing more new coins into the market, there are certain quantity that they are also burning and taking away out of the market. But for Dogecoin, they are just pumping and adding and adding. They are not burning any quantity or any percentage of it out of the market. So no percentage of it is going out of the market. They just keep pumping and pumping. So this one is even worse. That's the reason why for some people like us, we call it shitcoin. Of course, it's shitcoin. Because you can't just keep producing more like this and you're not taking it out of the market and you expect the value to keep going up. So it's going to be difficult for Dogecoin to get to $1 or even $2. I'm not saying it's not going to do that, but is going to take a whole lot. Do you understand? Because they are not burning, they are not reducing the quantity. Instead, they are increasing it. Okay? Now, going further on the Dogecoin issue, let's look at point number 3. Too much hype, not enough use. Dogecoin, like I said earlier, is a shitcoin, right? And what is the problem with shitcoin? They revolve, everything about them revolve around hype. Today, Elon Musk tweets Dogecoin. Tomorrow, Jeff Bezos tweets about Dogecoin, and Dogecoin will pump. If nobody is tweeting, if no billionaire or somebody of influence tweeting about it, there is no pumping. So you cannot keep your hard-earned money on a project that is dependent on hyping. You cannot do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't get Dogecoin, but know this so you can know peace when you want to do your investment. That is what Obicrypto is all about. Okay? Now, the fourth argument I have here is that the hidden risk, massive supply over time. Dogecoin already has about 149 billion coins, 149 billion tokens already in circulation, and it keeps growing at this rate. Okay, if it keeps growing at this rate, it could double in 30 years. If they continue to produce 5 billion every year, in 30 years, that will be taking us to at about 300 billion coins in circulation. How much then do you expect the value of Dogecoin to be over time? Okay, right there over there, you guys can read to see my final verdict. In simple terms, Dogecoin keeps making more coins forever, and there is nothing in place to destroy or reduce that growing supply. Without a big increase in actual usage, no use case for Dogecoin. It's not used for anything. It's not an infrastructure, a blockchain infrastructure, nothing. So guys, just know this and know peace when you're making your investment decision. All right. Coming in at number 2 is the favorite of everybody in the crypto space, the almighty Solana. Yeah, Solana is called the demon of transaction speed in the cryptocurrency blockchain. Why? Because Solana right now is one of the blockchain, or perhaps the only blockchain, that is capable of processing about 65,000 transactions per second. 65,000 transactions per second. Let me digress a little bit. Guys, do you know how many transactions Ethereum is capable of processing per second? Ethereum is only capable of processing 15 transactions per second. So if 100 people across the whole world come together now and say they want to do transfer on the Ethereum blockchain, 100 people, only 15 will get their transaction successful per second. So the next 15 people will have to wait for the next second. The next 15 people will have to wait for the next second. Are you getting the point? Now, while the almighty Ethereum can only process 15 transactions per second, Solana is processing 65,000 transactions per second. And guess what? Not just because it is processing 65 transactions per second that makes it important, it's also the cheap cost at which it charges. Now, Solana charges around $0.0002 per transaction. That is not even up to 1 penny of what they are charging to process transactions. And then they can process up to 65,000 transactions per second. However, the downside is, are you aware that your almighty Solana does not have a maximum supply? Now, let's take a look at the details. Now, here's the details. Number 1, no fixed limit on Solana supply. Okay? Unlike Bitcoin, which has a fixed number of coins, Solana keeps creating new Sol tokens every year. It started by adding 8% more tokens annually. They first of all started by creating 8% every year. They will be adding 8% into the market. They will mint new coins, pump into the market, dump it on me and you, sell and go off. Next year, they pump on that 8%. And now it's down to 5.5%. So now they have reduced it to 5.5% every year. So right now, the developers of Solana are presently right now producing 5.5% or creating 5.5% Solana coins and pumping into the market or dumping into the market every year. No longer the 8% that they used to create. Maybe as time goes on, they might reduce it from 5.5 to maybe 4%, 3%, 1%, maybe to a point in time, they might stop completely. But let's continue. It said, because that inflation rate drops a bit every year, okay, half of all transaction fees get burned, which is a benefit, right? Solana is also doing well, better than others. Why? Because of course, they are trying their best and they are burning some of their coins. Even as they are minting, they are burning some of the Solana coins during transaction fees. During when transaction is taking place, some coins are being burnt. Now, those coins that are being burnt are completely taken off the market. So it is not in the hands of the developers and it is not in the hands of anybody in the market. So that is one advantage about Solana. However, let's look at the dangers of having Solana. Solana system needs a lot of people using it every day to stay healthy. Yeah. Remember last year, the Solana network went off grid. It went off grid. People could not do transaction. Transaction was jam-packed. It was jamming and jamming and jamming. The network just left everybody. You get me? So something like that. It has happened several times before to Solana. It can continue to happen. That is one of the danger. Right now, it handles around 54 million transactions daily, which is huge. Of course, it's a good one. But if people stop using it as much, like what happened during the February 2024 network outage, then demand falls while Solana keeps being created. That could lower the SOL's value over time. What I'm trying to say here is this, that as long as Solana is dependent, right, upon much people using it, because it's more or less like a proof of stake project, right? You know, you can stake Solana and rewards benefit for staking Solana, right? Now, when a lot of people reduce staking of Solana, that can affect the integrity of Solana and thereby also the price of Solana. You get the point? Okay, so let's go to the third option. It said the phone gamble. Now, do not forget, Solana is the first blockchain, right, that have decided to create their own mobile phone. And they launched the first version of the mobile phone in 2023, okay, which they call the Saga. And after Saga sold and all that, now they are about to launch the second version of the Solana phone, which is going to be the first crypto phone in the world. They'll be launching it by mid-2025. Let's just hope that works well. If it works well, it's going to be good for Solana. Here at number 4, it says growth is assumed, not guaranteed. Solana system is built around the idea that it will keep growing. But in 2024, the number of daily transactions dropped by 20%. That shows that Solana could be in trouble if adoption slows down again. So if the adoption of Solana or the use of Solana for meme coins and all of gaming and all of that, if those things reduces, it's going to affect Solana. Number one, it will affect the network integrity, thereby making the network to shut down on everyone. It could also definitely affect the price of Solana. But however, in spite of all of these things that I've said about Solana, guys, if you want me to do a video where I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you guys 5 important reasons why you should buy Solana and hold in your wallet. Guys, I would like you to write Obicrypto on Solana. Write it in the comment section below. Just write Obicrypto on Solana. Write it in the comment section below. If I get 50 people to write that comment, I'm going to do a video dedicated to Solana, where I'll be telling you people 5 reasons why you should buy Solana and why you must have Solana in your portfolio. In spite of all these things I'm saying right here, I'm still going to give you reasons why you should also have Solana as well. I know at this point in time, you'll be like, why are you telling us the danger of Solana? And now you are saying you want to tell us why we should have it. Listen, guys, the rule of life is the higher the risk, the higher the reward. Do you get the point? But now, before you take that risk, okay, you want to do your due diligence. I take it again. The ideology of life is the higher the risk, the higher the reward. But it is not just anyhow risk. The higher the calculated risk, the higher the reward. So if your risk is not well calculated and you take a risk, sorry for you, whatever you see, you take it as you see it. So like I said, if you want me to do a video explaining to you, giving you guys 5 reasons why Solana must be in your portfolio, go to the comment section and write Obicrypto on Solana. Write that in the comment section. If I get 50 people to do that, I'll do the video, and before the weekend, I will release the video here on this channel. Okay? Finally, coming at number 1, the ultimate of them all is Ethereum. How many of you knows that Ethereum also does not have a maximum token supply. It does not have a maximum coin supply. Being the fact that Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency and most valuable cryptocurrency in the world, sitting at about 310 billion US dollars and currently selling for over $2,500 per coin. Ethereum is the king of smart contracts. Ethereum was the cryptocurrency that created what we know today as smart contract. Smart contract, smart chain, whatever you want to call it. Ethereum started it. It's the king of smart contract. It's, of course, a giant. But however, Ethereum does not have a maximum supply, meaning that Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, with his team and other people, at any point in time they can create more Ethereum and dump it in the market. Are you not wondering the reason why Bitcoin in January 2024, Bitcoin rose from $38,000 to $64,000 in April 2024? Ethereum is still sitting around $2,000. Ethereum has not been able to cross its previous all-time high of 2021, because the previous all-time high of Ethereum in 2021 was about $4,400. But till today, this is 2025, it's been almost 5 years now, and Ethereum has not been able to cross that benchmark again. Could it be because they are minting more Ethereum and pumping it into the market? Let's go further. Let's find out. Number one, about Ethereum. Ethereum has unlimited supply, but yeah, with some controls. However, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum has no fixed limit on how many Ethereum tokens can exist. It adds about 1 to 2% more Ethereum each year to reward people who are staking it. Okay? Also, to help run the network. However, Ethereum also has a system called the EIP 1559 that bonds part of the transaction fees, which can cancel out some of this new supply. It can cancel, but not all. It can cancel some of the supply, but not all. Now, let's take at number 2. Why is this a concern? Now, while over 1 million Ethereum gets bond yearly, that's only helpful if people keep using Ethereum a lot. If usage drops, for example, if the crypto market cools after the 2025 bull run, Ethereum might create more new tokens than it is burning. In other words, anytime we go into a bearish market, what will happen? The founders of Ethereum will have to create more Ethereum and dump it on the market because they need money to keep the infrastructure running. Are you getting the idea? So I'm giving you these details so that you guys, when you're making your investments for your children, for your future, you should know what you are doing, know the risk you are taking. There are over 2 million cryptocurrencies in the whole world today, over 2.4 million cryptocurrencies. So don't just go and invest your money in 5 cryptocurrencies where there are over 2 million of it. Don't go and invest in 10 different cryptocurrencies when there are over 2 million of it. I am not your financial advisor, and this is not a financial advice. This is just for educational purposes. Whatever you end up to do with this video is all up to you. But let's go further on the case of Ethereum. Number 3, delays in upgrades hurt confidence. Of course, Ethereum regularly upgrades to improve speed, cost, and efficiency. But a big upcoming upgrade called the Spectra got pushed to 2026. This delay can make investors nervous, especially if competitors move faster. For example, Solana is upgrading faster than Ethereum. That's to be honest. The upgrade of Solana keeps coming faster than that of Ethereum. So you can imagine when you're using a mobile phone that they don't upgrade. Take a look at iPhone. Every year or even every 2 years, they keep dropping different upgraded model. That is why they keep dominating the market, because what are they doing? They are advancing and improving on their product. Are you getting me? But that of Ethereum, they are slow to upgrade. They are slow to advancement. And that can hurt the price of any project, not just Ethereum, any other project that is not on the peak of regularly creating, improvement or adding improvement or advancement to their product. Now let's go to number 4, hidden risk. Ethereum depends on, on a high usage to stay strong. If people stop using Ethereum for things like NFT, DeFi, or sending money, fewer fees get burned. And in early 2025, Ethereum usage dropped by 30%, which means less burning and more risk of inflation. Remember, each time people reduce or stop using the coin, what happens? The burning of the coin in circulation will reduce, and the company also, the developers, will have to mint more tokens in order to have more money to keep the infrastructure running. And when that happens, what happens? The price of the coin will keep going down, because the price is already going down and you are bringing more fresh new tokens to sell in the market. Of course, the price will continue to go down. So in simple terms, Ethereum's value depends on people using it a lot, and so on and so forth. You can read that for yourself. Guys, at this point in time, if you know you haven't subscribed to the video, this is time for you to do that. My name is Obicrypto, and I have over 8 years of experience in the cryptocurrency market and in the forex market in general. Guys, I have a lot I want to share with you people, but the only way I can do that is for you guys to subscribe to my channel. The algorithm and the analytics of YouTube shows that only about 3% of you people who watch my video engage with my video. Without the engagement, these videos, this knowledge, this education will not be passed on to other generations. And I am sure you want to share your knowledge, you want to share your legacy with other people that's going to come after you. And the only way you can do that is to support a video like this. So this can serve as education for your own children, their friends, and their colleagues. Okay? And the only way to do that is to leave a comment and like the video. If possible, share the video. I will love you if you're going to do that. And do not forget, a video will be popping up right here, here at the top of the screen. I made a video where I explained to you guys the right time to sell your Bitcoin. So if you want to know the right time to do that, go and watch that video appearing up here right now. Do not forget to drop the comments below this video. Obicrypto on Solana. If you want me to make a video dedicated to Solana and the reason why you must have Solana in your portfolio in this 2025 bull run. Once again, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Obicrypto over and out.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be real.
You are watching Obicrypto. Subscribe now.
This is not a financial advice. Do your own research.
Obicrypto, hey, money they grow. No good don't make you sabi road. Every update, it makes sense. Crypto knowledge, not the main flex.
Before, I know sabi move. Market they go up, it go fall like roof. I go buy 'em high, it go crash my mood till I find Obicrypto where they give me proof.